Key details. Essential question. How do we identify details? For alternate assessment students, we'll look at the DLM essential element. With guidance and support, identify details in familiar stories. What is a detail? A small piece of information found within a text. Types of text. Videos can be used as a form of text. Many read-alouds can be found online. This information is particularly useful for many of our teachers who are working remotely. Videos can also be paused to bring attention to a specific item. What do you see? Where is the boy? Point to the snow. Touch the traffic light. These are all ways to bring attention during a read aloud, specifically if it's done remotely and online. Types of text. Photos and drawings can be used as a form of text. An image can be copied and distributed to students, or it can be presented on screen. Students can point, stamp, or circle, in addition to write, to indicate their noticings. Types of text. Books and poems can also be used as a form of text. Each form of text can be segmented into smaller sections. Students can focus on a particular page, a sentence, or maybe you like to highlight a specific word, a word of the day. Examples of details. Some examples would be colors, people or characters, the setting or where things take place, the size, animals, and animals can be characters as well. Obtaining details. Some general questions you could ask are, what do you see? What do you notice? Or what did you notice? In addition to, what did you hear? Specific questions. Is there a boy? Do you see snow? Where is the traffic light? Point to the footprints. You could provide a board saying yes or no for nonverbal or limited verbal students. You could also provide a device with pre-populated answers to assist in answering the questions. In addition to a device, you could also provide a vocabulary board. This will be helpful for students who are being introduced to this vocabulary. Some may not have prior knowledge of these items. When creating a board, I like to put the actual word with some of our students who are readers, and you want to expose them to that print. I also like to put the real object so they'll be able to identify it in everyday life, in addition to the symbol which they may see in a story depending on the type of print. So again, the word, the actual picture, and the drawing. This could depend on the level of learner that you have. A board with all three could be overwhelming for some particular students, so you would adapt the board to meet the needs of your students. Some activities. What do you see? This board was created in Jamboard, and I took the same images from our vocabulary board. So again, the students could point to snow, say the boy or Peter, traffic light, or point to snow. Other activities could be to color Peter or the character in the story or the boy, depending on the level learner of the student. To create this, I opened up Jamboard, jamboard.google.com, select a new board. I saved the image from the story. But now to create the template, I would go to Google and search snowy day template, select images, and here I found a template that I think could work. Now I would use copy the image, go back to the Jamboard tab, and paste it. You can size it, make it bigger or smaller. Well, let's say I only want this particular image. Then I would use my snip tool and select just the image that I'm interested in copying. This one on the left. And then the same thing, I would paste it and move it where I'd like. Now, once I have the image pasted, the students can then interact by selecting the pen. And they have the option of a pen, marker, highlighter, or brush to paint. For our purposes, I'm going to pick a marker and the color red because Peter is wearing red. And this is something that you could ask the students. What color should we make Peter, his clothing? Should we pick red? Should we pick green? Why? And students can color Peter. Some other activities could include creating puffy paint with snow. Creating snow with puffy paint. And to do this, you could use glue and white paint. The students can place it on construction paper and use images of Peter that they've cut out and either drag a stick, which is a part of the story, create footprints, which is our vocabulary word, or they could create their own. What would you do in the snow if you were Peter? In addition, since the traffic light is one of our vocabulary words, students could create that. They could use red, yellow, and green paint, and you're reinforcing knowledge of colors. In addition, they could rip up construction paper, which is great for fine motor, and then glue it red, yellow, and green. In conclusion, details are a small piece of information found within a text. Text can be in the form of videos, photos, illustrations, poems, or books. Ask questions to obtain details. Provide vocabulary words to guide learning. Provide hands-on activities to bring details to life and check for understanding.